Okay guys, since the launch of the X70, we all have seen that the top spec comes with a Conti tyre, and then the other three variants are all GT. So let me tell you this is one of the biggest tyre companies that you may not have heard of, and to give you all a very good introduction of GT, today I have Mr. YC here, the
GM of marketing, sales and marketing.
GM of sales and marketing. Okay. And GT is based in Singapore.
Our headquarters is based in Singapore.
Okay.
I would say that over the years,
Yep.
we have entity or location and factories in more than 10 countries.
10 countries.
Yeah, in more than 10 countries. For example, factories in China, Indonesia, and recently USA. And we have sales office in different regions of the world.
Well, US as well.
Yes, and also representative office in different regions of the world.
I think you guys are in more than 100.
We have been exporting our tires since more than 20 years ago. I would say more than 130 countries.
More than 130 countries.
Yes. And Malaysia is one of the recent one we came in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually Malaysia is a very small market, right, compared to global.
Not really. Not really. If you talk about the passengers car, Malaysia is about 11 to 12 million cars. It's still a sizable market.
Okay.
Of course, if you compare to USA, China, Japan, it's not that significant.
Yeah.
But in general,
Yeah.
it is still a significant, significant size.
Important.
Yes,
market.
yes.
And it's like one of the, in terms of consumer sentiment, is more advanced in Southeast Asia, if just behind Singapore, right, I would say.
Yeah, I would say, besides some of the developed or mature market, in terms of vehicle requirement expectation, Malaysia is considered a very mature one. Yeah, because of the good infrastructure, everything, and high population of vehicles. Yeah, the demand of vehicles and tires.
They are very high taste.
They are considered as a mature market.
Mature market.
Yes.
And the fact that we follow a lot of European standards, right?
Yes, and Japanese as well. Yeah.
I just learned from a colleague of yours that day, like Malaysia, our total TIV volume is 600,000 cars a year. That will be about 2.4 million tires OEM, right?
Yes.
I learned from a colleague that in China, you guys are doing two over million a month.
Yes, China is a very big market. China is a big market. A few years ago, it overtook USA to be the #1 vehicle producer.
Okay.
Let's say we talk about 2018. The total production of vehicle in China is about 28 million. This includes truck, buses, and light truck. But in terms of passengers car, it's about 23 plus million per year.
Oh my god.
The increase is especially significant since over the last 10 years.
Yes. In terms of consumer taste, are they like say for example consumers in Philippines, they want really lasting tires? Or
I mean there are so many markets in the world, right? Mature, immature, different market. You can divide into different category.
Okay.
And of course, certain country, they look for different features of the tires.
Okay.
Yeah, some country, especially the developing country, for example, mileage is a very important part in the decision making of purchasing the tires. All the aspects are important. All the aspects are important. It's only
guys some trivia that I learned. Okay, I know a lot of you out there who have tried the Ecopias before, right? They last about 20,000-30,000 km. You know the comfort tire from GT, the one for the 14-inch, 15-inch market, right?
Yes.
When I ask them how long can it last, they say minimum 60,000. Minimum. Average, those tires can hit 80,000 km mileage. And I think that is crazy given that. So in terms of technology and all this, you all do a lot of benchmarking with your competitors?
Definitely.
They have
yes,
to, right?
Yes, yes. Before we design tires,
Yep.
we would have take some benchmark tires
Yep.
to study their strong point and their weaknesses and brand and strategy.
Okay.
So it's all different.
Yeah.
So you have to make one that is suit to your current situation.
Yeah. But I wonder, see, I would say you guys are not as in terms of in how do I put it? In terms of existence, right? You see, Michelin and Conti has been around for a long time, right?
Yes.
And I wonder, when you start, right? When you were small back then, you cannot afford that much of R&D.
Yes.
And that also means that when you don't have as much R&D, it's very hard for you to compete with the big boys. So how did you guys make that break? Like now you guys are one of the top 10 biggest tire brands in the world. Sorry. One of the top 10 biggest tire brands in the world. And your revenue is like what, 3.5 billion US dollar or something like that, right?
Yes.
That is crazy. And now I would say you guys are like huge and big. You have all the R&D strength and all that. But during those early days, when was the time when you guys really boomed up?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, firstly, I would say that in this world, there are so many manufacturers.
Yeah.
We are reasonably big, but we are not huge. There are many more bigger company has been there for 50 years, have been there for 100 years. For us, we are still considered
top 10.
Newcomer. If you talk about 20, 30 years, it's still a newcomer in terms of radial passengers tires. Okay? Okay, since we started, I think every manufacturers might do the same thing. I think when you started, nobody knows your brand. You are new. Okay, of course you would not make a tires that is going to compete with the premium, right?
Yeah.
So I would say during the starting time, is more of making standard tires. Standard tires. Since we started in Asia, initially the standard tires, I would say that it would be more on the mileage, lasting tires, and at the same time provide reasonably wet grip and comfort. So that is that's the starting point, because nobody know your brand. You cannot say that okay, I have a good low resistance tire when you are ready, when you are first day selling tires in the market, right? Okay. So after this stage, the market also changes. The vehicle demand also become more stringent. So I would say over the last 15 to 20 years. So after we have
that you all really boomed up.
Gone through the first phase. So the second stage is that we have developed into a more tires that is more sophisticated in terms of handling, rolling resistance, and at the same time do not compromise too much on the mileage. So I would say it's more on a step by step kind of development. So I wouldn't say the booming time, but it's a grow every year because of the Chinese market. It has grown so much for the last 15 years.
There, right?
Yes. And then since we invested in 1993, 93 we started. We just started. At that time, the vehicle market in China is not that big as now. So I would say over the last 15 years, the vehicle population in China grew
and they're so advanced now.
Yes.
Their cars are so advanced. I see all the cars that were launched in China, right, every week. Right? I'm like, you bring this to any global market, they'll be like, everybody will be shocked.
But in terms of brand image, I think there are still a lot of things to do, still a lot of works to do, because it's China car in overseas market. Outside China, it's still considered new, as compared to the the GM, the Volkswagen, those long-standing company. So it's still a lot to do. Yes.
But I think China now is. I mean, you guys are one of the top brands in China, right? One of the number one or number two, right? I would say.
Yes, in terms of passengers car, SUV, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you also made the right move to invest a factory in United States now that the US and China trade war is happening.
The investment in USA is more of an expansion of the group, expansion. That was decided even before the trade war.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the factory is in production now, but of course before that, it's already decided.
You all made the
quite a few years
decision,
ago. Yeah.
Right.
So the building of the factory in USA is more of the expansion of the group, and of course US being the biggest market in the world now.
Yep.
So is from the business point of view, it's a good decision to have a factory there, to cater that region, not only USA, but in the future could be even Latin America instead of North America. It's North America, Central, and even Latin America.
But the plants in US will, since there is a new plant, it will be very advanced, right?
Yes.
And but I learned US is a very high cost manufacturing place, right?
Yes.
And China, all we know is that it's very efficient, high quality stuff.
Yeah, the production in USA also have the advantages. First, you save the duty. You save the duty, right?
Yep.
And of course, the freight. Of course, the freight as well.
Yeah.
And I think that would benefit the growth of the company. And another thing, more importantly, is on the logistic.
Yep.
For example, now we have a factory in USA.
Yeah.
The customers or our client in USA can get the tires within a relatively short time.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas if you export from China or any other country, it might take you a month or even more because of the selling times, and other logistic factors. Yeah. So that would help a lot.
I see.
Yeah. Because you have a production base there, you have a warehouse there, you have a factories there. So when the customers order the products, they can get it within a reasonably short time. And of course, today's business is so competitive. Yeah. And logistic supply chain play a very, very important part.
Very important part.
Yes.
Right? So for the past 20 years, you're in GT. You've been very, very, very busy.
Have been, but I would say within that's my work, That's our work. Yeah.
So every month you're in Singapore. How many days?
Since I am in the international sales and marketing, I mostly spend my time in Singapore.
Yeah.
I also travel to China.
Yeah.
Perhaps about, let's say, 1/3 each. And then another 1/3 would be I would travel to other countries, to meet our customers, to understand the market. Yeah. So that is also very important. Wow. Because now the market is changing so fast. Yeah, you have to know your customers. You have to know your market.
How young are you this year?
I am 66. Yeah.
And still, wow. I can't do what you do. You'll be very, very tiring. Alright guys, this is Mr. YC, and it's interesting, when I learn of how, what is this brand so big, really? And yeah, I think Mr. YC gave us a very good insight into how big this brand is, and I'm sure we're gonna see more of GT.
Thank you,
Mr.
yeah,
YC.
for being here.
Thank you.
Stunden im Rennen, zweimal rund um die Uhr. When the flag drops, the bullshit stops. Startgruppe 1, die Veranstaltung läuft mit eurem Applaus. Die Eifel lebt. Das
ist das einzige Team, was eine Europapremiere mit den Reifen feiert. Bis jetzt ist alles gut, die liegen auf der 2. Position.
Gerade eben noch einen kurzen Reifenschaden erlitten. Nach eingehenden Analysen konnten wir jetzt feststellen, dass es tatsächlich nicht am Reifen gelegen hat, sondern dass es so aussieht, als würde der Reifen einen Einfahrschaden erlitten haben. Wir haben Plätze einbüßen müssen in Form von, dass wir zurück auf Platz Nummer 42 gefallen sind. Nichtsdestotrotz, wir sind heiß, die Jagd für die Nacht fängt jetzt an. Wir werden genau diese Plätze wieder aufholen wollen und freuen uns auf die Nacht hier auf der Strecke.
Und waren da beim Heben die Tropfen?
ja.
Da waren die Tropfen, da sind die Tropfen. Es wird nass in der grünen Hölle und überall sind die Regenreifen draußen. Regen in der Boxengasse. Hitchcock war hier garantiert beteiligt. Ein Krimi.